Hey guys, Justin here, checking in on some of the early progress with the Project Bama Terminator. Now if you guys saw the first video, you know the whole goal of this car is to work hand in hand with the Bama Performance team to turn this 03 Cobra behind me into a legit quarter-mile car. Of course, we want to bring you guys along for some of this fun, so click the link below to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Or if you're watching this on Facebook, of course, give us a like first, then head over to our YouTube channel, American Muscle Videos, and subscribe while you're there. Now this way you guys can be the first to catch all these videos as they are released. Again, working with the Bama Performance team, we are going to exploit the power and quarter-mile capabilities with the stock blower in place along with some basic bolt-ons. So if you guys have an 03 or 04 Terminator at home and you don't feel like changing out that blower so far, well, this might give you a good indication of what these cars are capable of. Again, after that though, we are going to go crazy, rip out that factory Eaton blower, throw it in the trash, and then go balls to the wall with a new power adder. Now my buddy Paul here is just one of the many guys from Bama Performance helping us out with this build. Paul's actually been very hard at work helping us with the tuning, of course, and a lot with the part selection. Now Paul, as you know, we are maximizing this thing, utilizing that stock blower. We're not porting the blower. What do we have to address when doing something like this?
Now, obviously we've added some additional boost, and when doing so, we had to address the ignition system with a colder heat range spark plug, some fuel system, and some cooling parts.
Okay, now we have a good idea of what this car should do power and quarter-mile times, but give these guys an idea what this thing should be looking at.
We're looking to shoot for around mid-400s on the dyno, 11.7, 11.8 at the track, and then go from there.
Very cool. Now, I heard we're gonna stick with the stock IRS when we first started this build. Kind of grinned a little bit. We all know what these things can and cannot do, but we have some confidence that at least we can help maybe get this thing down some good times with the IRS, right?
Definitely. We just want to see how far we can go with the stock IRS. You know, and as we modify the car a little bit later, we'll address some of those issues at that point.
Beef it up a little bit for sure. Now, I do know what we're doing with this power adder. Now, these guys don't know, of course, but can you give us a little indication of just how different this thing is? I mean, you like different, right?
I do. One of the philosophies that Bama Performance has is do it different, and that's exactly what we're doing.
Yeah, different is definitely good, and you twin screw guys at home might be a little surprised on this one. We have something up our sleeve. So we're gonna show you around the car a little bit and see what we've been up to for the first part of this build. All right guys, starting with the most basic of bolt-ons, we installed a C&L Cold Air Intake on the Bama Terminator. Now V6, GT, Cobra, whatever, starting with a cold air intake is always a great choice for many Mustang owners for a few different reasons. Obviously you're letting more air into the motor, which is what we're looking for here, of course, trying to maximize this setup, but it also looks good under the hood. I mean, the all-silver construction looks great underneath the hood here, the Cobra, made in the USA, quality construction, and a nice big MAP housing. Now, full disclosure, we did have to upgrade our MAP sensor itself because with this MAP housing, we would have pegged the stock sensor. So, upgraded to the SET unit, the larger intake, along with the new throttle body and power inlet we installed, should really be feeding that Eaton all the air it can handle. Truthfully, guys, we did need to open up things on the intake side of things because that Eaton blower did just get a little bit more of an appetite thanks to the 3 new parts we installed from Metco Motorsports. Now, we do know that these factory Eaton unported blowers do tend to run out of breath around 15 pounds or so. After that, the efficiency just goes downhill, and as a result, the power numbers suffer. So with the help of the 2.8 upper here from Metco, what you guys can't see is the 8.10-inch lower crank pulley. We should be making around 15 pounds of boost or so, right in the sweet spot for this car to maximize those power numbers. Making sure those boost levels and this new gate belt doesn't slip at all, we went with the Metco Motorsports 90mm double bearing auxiliary idler. Now we have used the same Metco in some of our newer Shelby builds with great results, so we figured we'd throw one here on our Cobra. All right guys, with more air being pushed into our motor, it's time to address the second part of that combustion equation, more spark, more fuel. As for our spark needs, we did go with the Autolite AR103 plugs, which is a very popular plug here with the Cobra crowd. It is a one-step colder plug because as those cylinder pressures increase, the temperatures start going up, you do run the risk for pre-ignition, otherwise known as detonation. So by going with a one-step colder plug here on our Cobra, should alleviate any problems there. Fueling-wise, again, we are just maxing out our stock setup for now, so we're gonna keep things simple. We installed an MSD booster pump just for the time being. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with what a booster pump does, basically just cranks the voltage on your stock fuel pumps to increase your fuel pressure no matter what kind of boost you're running. So just alleviates any of the need for extra fuel pumps or going to a return style system. Now keep in mind guys, this is just temporary as we are gonna get a little crazy with this thing down the road. All right guys, before we get out of here, I did want to show off the brand new Power Stop Street Warrior front and rear brake kit we installed. Now, obviously going fast is great and all, but you do eventually have to stop at some point, and the Power Stop will definitely help us with that. This was actually a very easy choice for us because we do have a drag pack plan for the car in terms of wheels, slicks, and skinnies. So so that did eliminate any big brake kits. Now the slotted and drilled rotors, along with those carbon ceramic pads, should help bring the Bama Terminator back down to scene speeds after we cross the traps. All right guys, that's where we're at right now with the Bama Project Terminator. Now, when you check back in with us, we're gonna show you what else we did to maximize this setup, in addition to what we're doing to make sure the factory independent rear suspension is ready for some serious strip smackdowns. Also in that video, we'll show you our first dyno pass to see what kind of numbers this thing's putting down, in addition to our first track runs as well to see where the car sits right now. Believe me guys, after that, things are gonna get very interesting, so you're gonna wanna stay tuned for this. Click the link below to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Or if you're catching this on Facebook, head over to our YouTube channel, American Muscle Videos, and subscribe while you're there. Guys, for all things Mustang, you know what to do. Keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.